Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys probably know, I haven't been posting anything recently. This is a video that I kind of agreed to do quite some time back, so I'm finally getting around to doing it. Yeah, this is the latest in the Can You Guess Which Is Real and Which Is Fake series. So let's get on with that. Okay, so can you guess which is real and which is fake? If any of you have seen the previous video, you probably already know which is real and which is fake. But for those of you who are new here, the real one is the white one and the fake one is the gray one. So in the last video, I did another Lady Dior mini fake versus real comparison. So this is actually the second one in the Lady Dior mini bag series. They didn't have white in this case. I think they ran out, so I took the gray instead. Comparison wise to the previous video's fake, I would say that this one over here is actually a lot better. The biggest improvement definitely is in the interior of the bag. The truth is, between these two, the real versus the fake, exterior wise in terms of the leather and interior wise in terms of the workmanship, they are actually on equal terms. Yeah, there isn't a lot of differences to point out, to be frank, which is amazing. But there is one area which I think perhaps all the Lady Dior fakes have not managed to fully replicate, because I also had the same issue in the previous Lady Dior fake by the other brand, but that one had a lot of other issues as well. For this current fake one, this is the only issue that I find. So if you look at the Lady Dior tag, as I mentioned previously, the real one is very, very tight. It's actually really hard to shift around. You can even kind of clip your twilly or whatever you call the handle protector underneath here, and it stays because it's really, really tight. Because it's so tight, it presses this part against the bag, which means that these alphabets don't tend to move so much. Okay, they still move, but not as badly. They don't really get out of order so often, so it says Dior instead of, I don't know, Doi. Either way, this is part of the real Lady Dior design. But for a lot of the fakes, including this one, the issue is that it's very loose, so it's not tightly held enough. Because yeah, it's just, yeah, and now you can see it. It's quite loose. Because it's loose over here, this one moves much more easily, and it doesn't press the clips against the bag. So because it doesn't press it against the bag, the alphabets kind of can get jumbled a lot more, as you can see here. Of course, if you kind of like just hit it lightly, it doesn't. So how big of a problem is this? I'm not very sure. It depends on you and your preference. Okay. Yeah. So how much an issue this is depends on you and your preference, and whether you intend to jangle the bag around like that. See the real one. It's still Dior. So this is the biggest issue that I find. In fact, this is the only issue that I find problematic with this bag. Otherwise, they have actually done a very, very, very good job. The handles are very, very nicely done. Unlike the previous fake, the sloping for this versus the real one is actually very, very similar. Material wise, you can't feel it, but I can, and it feels the same. It feels exactly the same, to be quite frank. The interior, the flap is really nicely done, perhaps even nicer than the real one. If you notice, the real one had some wrinkles. This one doesn't. And the interior is nicely lined, very neat. The logo is not slanted, unlike the previous fake, which I just find such a ridiculous mistake to make. Yeah. So overall, this is actually a pretty good Lady Dior fake. The only thing to take note of is the logo. If that bothers you, then I have not found a better fake. So you might have to really buy the real one. Yeah, but if this doesn't bother you, then actually go for it. I find this a pretty good fake. Oh yes, one other thing, the strap. If you guys notice, I did notice that the kind of the metal glued to the leather part isn't perfectly centered all the way. I think this is a really minor issue. It doesn't really bother me that much. If it really bothered you, you could probably... Okay, it's not glued, it's actually sewn on. So if it really bothered you, you could probably actually adjust it a little bit yourself. Just change the stitching or just tighten the stitching so it kind of holds it a little bit more to the center. Yeah, but otherwise, pretty good. The hardware is good. The color is exactly the same. The shade of gold is spot on, so no fears over there. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with this fake. I might actually use it. So that's saying something. When a fake actually starts being used by me, then it's generally not too bad. So we've come to the end of this very short video. There isn't that much to criticize this time round, hence how short it is. But I hope it was useful for you guys. If you are keen to get the bag, the link to purchase is in the description below. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments below. And it's been really nice running this channel. You guys may not see another video from me for a pretty long time, mainly because
handle, and I just thought that was pretty unique. There's something about this piece that is nostalgic in a way, so even though this isn't vintage, I'm still getting the nostalgia from it. Did I just say that I'm vintage? I guess I would be considered vintage since I'm 30. Have you ever watched The Wizard of Oz? This reminds me of the basket that Dorothy carried, and she'd put Toto inside of the basket. But whenever I carry this, I literally feel like I'm Dorothy. I want to share what can fit inside of this bag. A little guest star in today's video. This is the bag I've been using the past few days, my Hermes Cargo Pico tin. I never did an unboxing reveal of this bag. I don't know why. This bag is not gonna fit much. It really is not gonna fit much. It's deceiving because it looks like it fits more than it actually does. I'm gonna start off with the card holder. Just bought this card holder brand new in store a few months ago. What is this? Why is the stitch coming undone? Anyways, okay, so let's see if this tiny card holder can fit. Oh, wait, I wanted to show you. It comes with a mirror. So this is the nice perk. You can ditch your compact teeny little pocket here. There's a lipstick pocket on this side. Okay, barely. It does close though. If I wanted to ditch the card holder, could I put the phone in? This is what it looks like if the phone is in here. You just can't have a card holder. I'll add my Costco card.
Thing to look for, no extra overlap. That's always a bad sign. Next, we're gonna look at the zipper. Make sure there is no brand on the zipper. That is a big, if you see Lampo or something like that, it's most likely a fake. You'll also notice a number on the inside of this zipper. It's a 1 or an I, something like that. And then you're gonna look in this little pocket. You will also have a little number in there, if you can see that. Also pay attention to the stamp on the front. It's super clean, it's not blurry, and you'll also notice that the stitching on the pocket's slightly rounded, and it's stitched all the way up to the pocket outside. If it is at a 90-degree angle, that is a very big sign. If it's kind of like a sharp edge, that's not good. So those are a couple things to look for. This bag will obviously come with price tag. That's what those look like. These are very easily remade and counterfeited, so just keep that in mind, as well as care cards. I've gotten Celine's with fake receipts, fake care cards, tags, you name it, so that's never a sign that your bag is 100% authentic.
So that's why it's important to protect yourself and make sure you advocate, because sometimes they're not gonna even consider your case if too much time has passed. So make sure you really pay attention and get everything double authenticated, especially if it's a high value bag. All right, so let me just show you really quick what this authentic bag looks like. The leather has a slight sheen. It is pebbled because it is caviar. And here's just what it looks like. Absolutely beautiful. This one is the counterfeit bag. And so you can see there is less shine on that caviar leather. And just feeling these two bags, this authentic one has a little bit more flexibility. It's a little softer, whereas this is a very stiff leather. The pebbling should be very pronounced, and it also should kind of show like a midnight blue if you look really closely. All right, let's look at the stitching on these two bags and compare them. On the fake bag, you're gonna see the thread that is used for the bag stitching is not consistent with Chanel standards. And there are many stitching errors that are throughout the bag. Sometimes there's a little double stitch that they miss, and the thread